Hey everyone, this is Angel from FX Gaming with a brand new video for FF7 Remake Intergrade episode Intermission. In this video I'm going to show you the strategy I used to defeat the top secrets with Yuffie and Sonon in the Shinra Combat Simulator in FF7 Remake Intergrade, so you can claim victory and obtain 2 Götterdämmerungs so you can have some fun. Here you are going to fight against Bahamut, Ramuh and Pride and Joy 0.5, and there are timestamps in the description of the video in case you want to skip to a specific section of this challenge. Here's the loadout that I use for both Yuffie and Sonon. If you're ready for the fight, skip to the time on screen. Let's start with Bahamut. This should be a fight that you know very well if you completed the combat simulator in the base game. The dynamic between Yuffie and Sonon makes this a very quick and extremely heavy button mashing fight. You'll need to synergize Sonon and Yuffie to make the most out of the damage and stagger phases, so be sure to practice how to do that before this. Remember the parry materia. We're going to be using it a lot, and there is one important combo that you need to learn in order to evade almost every attack. With Sonon synergized, use parry materia to evade any of incoming Bahamut stacks, then throw your weapon and retrieve it as it is about to hit Bahamut. Follow with attacks until you see Yuffie hitting the ground, and then parry evade 2 to 3 times to avoid almost any attack that comes, and repeat. You're going to see me doing this constantly during the whole fight, just wanted to explain how I am doing this. Keep doing the combo, and if you see Bahamut standing still and not triggering any new attack, keep smashing the attack button repeatedly so you and Sonon do this continuous up and down movement. Once you get into this rhythm, you will inevitably make Bahamut enter into a pressure stance. Just keep it like that until he performs the Umbral Aura attack and heal the party. The amount of pressure that you can do with this silly attack sequence is insane, so this makes Bahamut a 2-phase fight before the first stagger. Keep doing the combo, watch out for any time you are in need for healing, and repeat the whole thing until you stagger him. As soon as he staggers, do a synergized windstorm to boost his stagger meter, followed immediately by a synergized Art of War for heavy damage. Now, a quick pause here for a tip. If you don't have enough ATB bars with Sonon, you can use the Ninja Cannonball materia to boost his ATB by a fair amount. Back to the action. As soon as your last attack hits, stop synergizing with Sonon and keep attacking so your ATB bar fills again. Cure with Yuffie and cast haste with Sonon, and then synergize again before Ifrit arrives. Once Ifrit is here, the whole fight is exactly the same as it was before. To bulletproof the win, summon Ramuh to help you out, but it is totally not necessary. You keep doing the whole combo thing that you were doing before the staggering, evading and hitting Bahamut until he does his countdown and you can pressure him. Instead of doing a synergized Windstorm, we are going to hit him with a synergized Art of War instead to try to take him down. If you don't defeat him there, do a second or third Art of War, a Limit Break, or do another round of combo attacks plus parry evading until he is down. Now for the easy part, dealing with Ifrit. You can deal with him in many different ways, but I like to hit him very hard until he staggers and then finish off with an Art of War, Limit Break, or any other ability. And that's Bahamut. Moving on to Ramuh. I have a whole video on how to counter each movement, so if you want to pause the video and check out that first, that will be great because I'm not going to explain it again for those that have already seen it. The only difference between Chatli's Ramuh and this one is that here he will unleash one attack after the other, so this is when the elemental plus wind materia on the attack slots comes pretty handy. Fight with synergized Yuffie and Sonon dealing the right hits, not ninjutsu, to raise his bar enough to pressure him and then seal with a Limit Break or Art of War. Finally, we have Pride and Joy 0.5. This bad boy is a pain in the neck, but the strategy is actually pretty simple. The only thing that can make this fight a lot more difficult and you can't control it is Sonon. I always like to start with a haste from Sonon before he is caught, so that's the purpose of the first strike material with Sonon. Once he's caught, the big important detail that you need to keep in mind is to be as close as Pride and Joy as you can, but use your parry evade to try to always have his back in front of you. That's the cheese. Once you master that, the rest of the fight is a little bit easy. Just keep evading and attacking, but there are a couple of attacks that can mess you around, especially if you corner Pride and Joy like in this situation. So let's see how you can evade those, starting with the beam cannon. Usually if you have enough space around you, you can just keep spamming the parry command and you're out of trouble. But if you have nowhere to run, wait for a second after he shows the name of the attack and select the Brumal Form ability, then just wait very patiently until the laser is about to hit you and use the ability to vanish away and keep evading with the parry action. Once Pride and Joy gets sick of his toy and smashes Sonon to the ground, revive him and synergize with him to start attacking. Remember to keep going for Pride and Joy's back while evading and keep an eye on Sonon's health because he is your life insurance in this fight. If you have the chance to pressure Pride and Joy, continue to build the bar with regular attacks, but don't get too crazy because he can still attack even when he is pressured, so watch out. Once he's staggered, repeat the old combo of Synergized Windstorm plus Synergized Art of War and cure the team. Now, here's a great example of how Sonon can save you. A little mistake here, Sonon sacrifices himself, and you are back in action.
I've got you.
You're just gonna leave me like this?
Then we have the second unavoidable attack, the Brutal Tackle. A nice way to evade again is with the Brumal Form ability. I am using Yuffie's Limit Break to finish the fight, but I could have waited for Sonon to come back and try to synergize again. I am trying to be as safe as possible here, so no space for mistakes. And that's it. That's the easy way to defeat the top secrets with Yuffie and Sonon. Hope this was useful, thank you for watching and keep enjoying the game.